just to be a little clear in our conversation that we had the other day on the telephone, Clay, just to verify, it's your opinion that the plat presented by the Baileys is expired, and it also does not meet the 30-acre rule per se. So if that's the case, it's your opinion that it needs to be completely redrawn to meet the 30-acre rule. I'm calling it the 30-acre rule, but to meet our code, either way of the 30 acres, and be sent back to brand new, start the process over.
Yes.
Okay.
Unless somebody comes up and shows me something that tells me there are facts in play here that I don't know about. But that's based upon the information I have now. That's my recommendation.
Can the two attorneys come to an agreement, Clay? Can the Hunter's Ridge attorney and the developer's attorney come to some type of agreement over this?
Well, their clients can, yes, and then bring that to you for your approval. I mean, they can't agree around your approval. Ultimately, this board is going to have to approve the plat. I mean, there's no way to end run that. Now, it would obviously help you in that decision to know that those conflicting parties have resolved their differences.
Lisa?
Yeah, I have a question. Since we're a little over the 30 acres, and your requirements are saying that the park needs to take the land, could you tell me how much land we need to dedicate to the park?
I haven't done that calculation.
Because we do have some land set aside, even though your park would like to have the money. The money is more important to them.
And that's another thing.
But we are more than willing, with keeping with the same exact preliminary plat and final plat that we have presented to the board, keep everything exactly the same, but go ahead and give a lot to the park and let them have the land, even though the park has made it very clear they have no use for this land. They need the money.
And that is something the park board will have to consider. But that brings us to another question, which is not before you, but get ready because it's going to be coming, is the 30-acre rule doesn't make any sense. In other words, if the park board doesn't want more land because they have enough, why have an ordinance that requires them to take land instead of money? Why not give them, if it's 100 acres or 200 acres or 31 acres, why not let them have the discretion to decide? Why should we have something requiring them to take land they don't want?
So my question goes back to should the plat be resubmitted meeting the 30-acre rule requirements, then would it go back before the park board again for consideration?
If a different plat is submitted, yes, it has to go back. If the already approved plat is resubmitted, it doesn't have to be reapproved.
No, go away.
And then, if I may, you opened up to comment with regards to the 30-acre rule not making sense. And you know, I see that as being in place to offer, you know, green space, place for children to play, so that takes the load off of our city park. And when you have a subdivision of that size and that density, that is something that needs to be considered. There are going to be children, and based on the sizes of those homes, starter homes, young families, children that need a place to play, and that is safe off of the streets and sidewalks. So I think it's very important that it not be dismissed as something that isn't needed or that we have enough park space. The park space is quite a distance from the subdivision. So you have something to consider there, and that's my comment on that subject. And I know the park board is aware of those.
Would you like to comment on that workspace money?
You know, the park board did agree, like Lisa said, to the lane, or to the money in lieu of the lane, yes.
Yes,